Mr. Math here. Thanks for watching my videos. Be sure to like and subscribe and remember to ring the bell to be notified of updates. Hello viewers, welcome back to Oblivion Remastered. This is Geoffrey, standing in Fort Bulwark, searching for the shield of the Crusader, which appears to be right there. Only the question is how to open it so that we can get to the blasted thing. And, when we entered this room, it said something about a trap or puzzle that we have to figure out. There's a bunch of guardian statues, 8 if my count is correct, 4 on each side of the door, with empty treasure coffers in front of them. And then there's this big old coffer with a very obvious pressure plate in front of it. And it seems to me we have to figure out what to put inside those empty coffers. And I honestly can't think of any way else to start besides just that. Rodgar's goblet? Who's Rodgar? And where's that obvious light coming from? Okay. What the heck was that? Okay. I'm going to assume this is where I put Rodgar's goblet. Okay. I am now left with more questions than I had before. Why was there a hammer floating in the air in front of that thing? Rodgar's stone. Well, I did not get a very good look at that. It didn't look like a hammer, whatever it was. I hope I'm doing this right. Rodgar's skull? Ugh. Okay, fine. Wait a second. Isn't that the same one I just did? Or was it... Sure looks like the same one. Whatever. If that's where it was saying to put it, then that's where I'll put it. Another Rodgar stone. Now there. A book. What does Rodgar's stone have to do with a book? What does Rodgar's goblet have to do with a hammer? This is really confusing. Oh, okay, whatever. Rodgar's gem. Alright. Another one with a book. I'm over encumbered. This is very confusing. Okay, the fact that I've seen Rodgar's stone twice and have put at least 2 items in the same coffer twice, I get the feeling like I'm doing this wrong. Rodgar's book. Okay. So the book must go with the book. That would make sense. What goes with the hammer then? And for that matter, what was that thing over there? I never did get a good look at it. Well, I'm going to guess that the book goes here. Aha! Okay, finally got one. What matches up with a hammer? And what even was that thing over there? I do not get it. Goblet again. Okay, it doesn't go with that one because that's where I put it before. Why did it show me the wrong one? How am I supposed to figure this out? Just by trial and error? Do you like the goblet? No, you don't like the goblet. Fair. This is pretty ridiculous. How am I supposed to figure this out? Is there like an obvious sign somewhere? I can't activate the Stone Guardian. See any difference? I don't see any difference between those two coffers. Okay, but if there's no visible difference, then how am I supposed to figure it out except just by trial and error? Rodgar's gem, okay. That's a helmet. Gem doesn't go here. Wouldn't go with a hammer either, I suppose. Okay. Random try. Gem goes here. he doesn't like the gem. Okay. Rodgar's sword. Oh, the gem goes there. Great, but where does the sword go? Okay, so that's the gem. I know where the gem goes now. Where does the sword go? Okay, that was the book. You hold a book, you hold a sword. Maybe in the other hand. Ahaha! Bit of logic there. Actually worked out for a change. Okay, let's see. So book went over there. Sword went over there. So that side, you know, I've also seen a hammer, and I've seen a gem. It was that one, wasn't it? That was where the gem was? Or was it there? Phooey, I've forgotten already. But anyway, this side seems to be, you know, tools of various sorts. And then there's a sword there, helmet there, so that seems to be like weapons. Weapons and armor. Goblet. Okay. Another thing that might go in the hand, but... Okay, skull goes there. Gem goes there. A hammer goes here. So what did I just get? I wasn't paying attention. Or I was, but I kind of already forgotten. Rodgar's goblet. Okay. Alright, so that was the gem. That was the skull. That's a hammer or tool of some kind. That's a helmet. So it's got to be one of those two. Goblet's got to be in one of those two. Okay, let's just try this one. Haha. Gotcha. Okay. So, hammer or tool of some sort. Skull. Gem. Helmet. Rodgar's hammer. Well, I know where this goes. I don't want to put in my repair hammer. I want to put in Rodgar's hammer. Okay. Alright then, so once again, skull, gem, helmet. So of the remaining 4, I know 3 for sure, which means that the one item I have not found yet has to go over there. Rodgar's stone, so that's got to be Rodgar's stone right there. Looks like a Varla stone. I guess they only had a limited number of items programmed in. Okay. Activate the Stone Guardian. It seems to be already activated. Alright, so there's only 3 items left, and I know where they all go. Rodgar's helm. Have not encountered this one yet, but I know it goes here. What's lit? No. I just wanted to see what was lit up. Okay. So only 2 items left. The skull goes there, the gem goes there. Okay, this is kind of like that memory matching game, where you have a bunch of cards lying on the table, and you flip them over at random to figure out which cards are where, and then when you flip 2 over, you get a point or something. I get an item, and then 1 item location is revealed. And I just have to try to remember where everything goes. Only thing left. Alright. I wonder who Rodgar was. Okay. I expected something flashy to happen. All it did was open the blasted door. Once again, let's not assume that we're out of the woods. Big old room up ahead. It would appear that I found it. Okay, lots of stuff that implies Julianus's general field of purview, the god of magic and knowledge. So there's lots of potions and scrolls and brass scales for testing weight of reagents and things like that. I have recovered the shield of the Crusader. I've completed Sir Henrik's quest by recovering the shield of the Crusader. I should continue to search for the relics that the other ghost knights were questing for. Okay. Quills for writing the scroll. Giuliano's stuff, basically. Okay, then. Is that the way out over there? I was about to say, I didn't see another way out. Okay. Let's not get cocky. This is just the other tunnel, right? Yeah. And while I'm at it, let's not forget that I just got myself a new shield. Much better defense. Look at that. 20 points instead of 7. Also a lot heavier, though. Reflect spell on self, 18%. Okay, Well, some of my gear is looking a little bit stressed. I should make some repairs, I suppose. Let's just... Right. Here's the doorway. Okay, so before I use that... let's use my hammer rather than Rodgar's hammer to effect some repairs. Alright. While I'm at it, looks kind of out of place with the Daedric sword and Daedric greaves. Otherwise, pretty sharp. And look at my defense rating, 76. I think that's more than my full set of Daedric gear. All right. Let's once again continue playing it safe. I wouldn't be surprised if we haven't gotten rid of all the conjurers that were lurking around in here. Okay. Yeah, now I know where I am. This is that other gate and drawbridge that I never did end up using, so it's the way back out. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here's that Daedra I killed. Okay, so I do believe we're in the clear. There's the conjurer that I slaughtered. One of the conjurers that I slaughtered. The Ice Atronach. Frost Atronach, excuse me. Let's be precise, shall we? Is gonna be anyone waiting out here for me? It appears not. Well, unless you count this guy. $26. What's that? Okay, they want me to go back to the Priory, do they? Okay, one quality of life feature that Skyrim has, which apparently Oblivion doesn't, is that quest markers actually tell you the quest when you pointed them on the map. Okay. Alright, so the reason it's telling me to go back to the Priory is to see about finding more information. Okay. Right, the mace. I wonder... Do I have enough of the equipment now that I can actually get to it? Alright, no last-minute attacks by conjurers or necromancers or whatever. Okay, I think we're in the clear. Let's see. Water skeeter ring, so we can just walk straight back. Right. For some reason, this thing is kind of not there or something. An optical illusion, I suppose. Alright. No, don't need this. I need this. There we go. So let's... So now I have a marker to follow. Gather a few that happen to be in my path. But for some reason, the colorful flowers here has me thinking this is kind of an important location for some reason. Okay, I heard a Nirnroot. Where was it? I'm sure that I heard a Nirnroot. I've lost it. Okay. Never mind. No. Okay, I heard it again. Where is it? Where is it? Oh man, this is driving me nuts. I heard a Nirnroot. I'm kind of surprised I haven't been attacked by mud crabs, if nothing else. Whoa, what the heck? What happened to my water walking? What? Why is my water walking not working? What the heck, game? Okay, that is wacky. I walked under the water as if it wasn't even there, but I still got the sound effects. That is wild. How did that bug happen? Okay, now something's attacking me. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's a Spriggan. Of course it is. Okay. Well, finally got attacked by something. Now the world feels to be more in order. Although that water walking thing is still freaky. Okay, let's... remove the water walking ring. And... oh, this red stuff is not, those ugly-looking mushrooms. I thought I would find some of those. But no, and instead I've stumbled right into a heathen alien ruin. Black. Okay, well. Let's try putting that back on now and see if maybe that... Ooh. Is that a troll? I do believe that's a troll. Well, I know how to handle trolls. I wonder if it'll be less effective considering that it's raining. Oh, you? Azclan troll? That's something different. And the fire damage is not hurting it as much as a normal troll. Okay. Well then. Looks like I have an actual kind of a fight on my hands. Well then. Azclan troll. No idea what that is. The road. Found the road. Okay. Follow the road or follow the marker? About to say Gate to Oblivion, but no, that's the one that I already destroyed, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Huh. There's a gate to Oblivion that way. Yeah, there is, isn't there? I remember that now. There was like 2 or 3 gates to Oblivion up there. Alright. Back to civilization after a fashion. Geoffrey still has somewhat begrudging memories of Leyawiin because of the whole Mages Guild nonsense. I wonder if there's anything left to find here. Oh, there's the Nirn route. No more Daedra, though. I suppose that stands to reason. Still kind of disappointing, though. What time is it? It's 1 in the morning. And let's remove the marker. Thank you. Well, I have the shield. You again? Why do you keep standing on my front porch? Who are you anyway? Darji.
I'm Darji. I'm a Khajiit in disguise. Want to see me lick my butt? Oh, that one never gets old.
Invest 500 gold in this guy's a shop owner?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't buy or sell things.
Ah. Right. Geoffrey wouldn't really get it, but, Thieves Guild. He must be the local fence. Mr. Entirely Innocent Argonian, what can you tell me about Leyawiin?
Want to hear a Khajiit joke?
Not really.
Oh, no sense of humor. Your loss.
Yeah. If that's your idea of a sense of humor, don't become a stand-up comic anytime soon.
Be seeing ya.
Get off my porch. Okay. $48 green stained cups. Caps. Ironwood nut. Not even sure what that is. Restore intelligence, resist fire, damage fatigue, fortify health. Yeah. Night eye potions. I'm not sure what I would even need those for. It never gets dark enough that I need them. I should probably just sell them. Also, restore magicka potions. I don't really need those. Azcan Troll. I wonder what that's a reference to. Potion of Light? Don't want that. Just give away my position when I'm sneaking around. Potion of Reflection. It just so happens that I have a brand new shield with Reflect spell. Anyway, is that all the alchemy ingredients? Looks like it. Well, the Nern roots, I suppose. No, I'll keep those. Okay, I'm still massively overladen with crap. But let's... Quick night's sleep and I can, you know, sell my loot at the store. There we go. Good, he's not on my porch anymore. Bah, racial humor. If you're gonna make fun of anyone, make fun of humans, for goodness sake. Bunch of self-righteous ninnies and weaklings who pretend that they're strong and who give poor Geoffrey a hard time just because they don't expect an orc to be a servant of the divines. Buy my stuff, please.
Good day. We offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
All right. Lots of weapons. 3 Daedric daggers. That's 6,000 right there.
You drop. That's a fair deal.
Ebony dagger.
A fine transaction.
Glass daggers. Lots of these. Like 7 or 8 of them. Wow.
You drive a hard bargain. You got a great deal there. That's a fair deal.
I should have used this against that troll. Staff of Silence. I once tried to silence poison against a mage and it didn't seem to do anything. I think I'll keep this one for a little while longer. It's not like I need the money, for goodness sake. I'm over 120,000 G now. Aegis robe, okay. Knights of the Nine Shield. I think I'll store that in my house instead of sell it. I mean, it's not like 45G is going to do anything for me. Lots of mundane clothing with shield enchantments on them. Ditto this brass pearl ring. I mean, 20G, that's nothing compared to how much money I have right now. Okay. I don't need 2 calcinators. Night Eye. I don't need Night Eye potions. Wow, that's an expensive potion. 700G. Spell absorption, I mean, yeah. Resist poison. Blah. I have cure poison potions.
An excellent bargain.
Chameleon? Don't really use that. I'm so tough that I can just wade right into most fights and come out with hardly any damage. Fortify endurance? Restore endurance. Shield. Restore agility. Resist shock. Okay. Potion of healing. Potion of... No. Don't do that. Stupid finger twitching on the button. Restore intelligence. Invisibility. Fortify luck? Huh. Fortify magicka. Restore strength. Night eye. Okay, we'll sell that one. Resist disease. I can just cure disease.
That's a good deal.
Water walking. I have a water walking ring for all the good it seems to do me.
That's more than I'd usually pay. That's a good deal.
Shield. Restore magicka. Yeah, let's just sell those. Water breathing? I have a water breathing ring, so meh. Lots of restore health and fatigue potions. Wow. I kind of went overboard on that. No, I suppose better to have them than need them, if you know what I mean. Shield and restore magicka? I don't even need shield. Not really. And these in particular are very weak shield potions, so... They're not exactly heavy. Yeah, whatever, I'll keep them. Burn is damage luck. Would that actually do anything to an enemy? I'm never going to remember to use it anyway.
That seems a fair price.
Yeah, silence poison I tried once before. It didn't seem to work at all. Strong potion of feather that just does 100 points for 300 seconds. That's nothing compared to what I can make. Light? No, I don't want light. Night eye, don't need that. Water walking, don't need that.
A good price for a good customer.
Potion of sorcery. 50 of the blasted things. I don't need that. I mainly rely on physical attacks.
Make me a better offer.
What, really? Oh, 4,500. Okay, yeah. He can't afford that. Alright, just 20 of them then. You can afford that.
That's a fair deal.
And then 20 more.
That's more than I'd usually pay.
Okay. Weak elixir of exploration. That's what the alchemist over in Skingrad made me, I think.
That seems a fair price.
Detect life. I can do that with magic if I really need to. I have so much resist magic baked into my gear. Don't need these.
That's more than I'd usually pay.
25 points of feather. Weak. Light. Don't need that. Fortify Magicka. Whatever. Fortify Personality. I'm never going to remember that. Okay, well that clears out the list a little bit at least. Resist poison, I don't need those either. Okay. Yeah, alright. And now, I've got stuff in here I can sell. Aegis, shield on shelf, 50%. That's actually pretty good. But you know what? I'm never going to use any scrolls, so... 75 points of frost damage, that's pretty good. But I got a spell that's at least as good, maybe better.
That's a good deal.
Cure paralysis, I'll keep that.
You've made a good bit of gold.
Yeah, I'm at 134 G. That 134,000 G. That's... restore intelligence and restore willpower. Just a measly 5 points each.
That's a fair deal.
My potions are better than that. Hailstone, 20 point. Yeah, weak. Dispel on self, 250 points. Wow. I'm so magic resistant that I'm not sure I even need that. Even if magic does affect me at all, it won't last very long. Quilt? What do I have that for? Bah. Restore intelligence and willpower, 2 points each? You've got to be kidding.
An excellent bargain. That's more than I'd usually pay. That's a fair deal.
Okay. Well then. I think that's a pretty good clearing out of my inventory.
A satisfied customer. You too.
Why am I carrying a quill? Where did I even pick that up? Selling it would net me 0G anyway, so... there we go. Alright. Well then. Well then. I wonder if the gear I have is enough to get that mace. Oh, this guy's still here. Okay. Okay. Might as well give it another go, I suppose. Let's see. What? Currently silenced, and yet I was still able to spellcast. That's kind of weird. Oh, I missed. Okay, I know there's more down here. Up there's one. All right. There should be at least one more. Aha. Okay. That wasn't too bad. I do believe I'm a master at destruction magic now. What? My willpower is still damaged. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm a master at destruction magic. I'm almost a master at restoration. Not even close with speechcraft. I should practice that more. Light armor. I'm only at rank 34. Have a ways to go with that one. Okay, well. I actually think this is a good place to end the episode. So, viewers, thank you very much for watching Oblivion Remastered. Good old Geoffrey is feeling pretty accomplished right now. He found the shield, sold a bunch of stuff. I think that was like 25,000 G that I just made by selling all that crap that I picked up in the fort. And, a bunch of potions and whatnot also that I'd been carting around forever. Yeah, found the shield, made a ton of money, and basically just kicked a lot of ass. And so, in the next episode, we'll make another try for the Mace, and regardless of how that goes, then I figure have a chat with Mazoga to see about going after Black Brugo and earning our knighthood here in Leyawiin. That's my general plan for next time. See you then.